Welcome to Fitness Protocols with your boy Brando. This episode is all about growing massive biceps. We're talking about next level muscle targeting to maximize bicep gains. Let's talk about the best bicep exercises with dumbbells that are simple but powerful techniques that will add size, strength, that full panty-dropping appearance that everyone desires. Our time is precious and we can't squander it on mediocre training that leaves gains on the table. I've been in the field of health, fitness, and nutrition for over 15 years. My burning desire is to share knowledge, experience, and methods to living a sober, productive, and meaningful life via bodybuilding, powerlifting, and macronutrition enrichment. The beauty of dumbbell training is its variegation of application for a multitude of exercises that can be performed either in the gym or at home. I do love me some options. The biceps are considered a smaller muscle group, bi meaning 2 versus, say, tricep meaning 3, which means the bicep responds better from light to moderate weight at a higher volume. We're not fluffing around here. We're spending more time under tension. Tut. There's various grip and angle positions that activate the peak differently. Wide hits the outer high peak, narrow the inner high peak, and standard shoulder width overall size and height of peak. I dive deeper into grip variation in my episode, How to Force Deliberate Muscle Growth. Now these exercises I'm about to list are not in particular order of importance, but they're all critical and in my regular rotation. We have these exercises 3 sets to failure for each exercise, starting with a wide, then a standard, then a narrow grip. So I go wide to narrow. First up is easy bar style dumbbell curls. We can imitate the easy curl bar hand position by slightly turning our palm of our hand inward. This exercise adds height and girth to the inner peak of the bicep. Next is seated dumbbell curl twists. These can be performed both standing or seated. I do prefer them seated. Why, you ask? I find in a seated position my mind is able to focus on good posture, keeping my core tight, and focus on mind to bicep muscle connection. The twist at the peak of the rep, known as the concentric phase, forms the tall peak of the bicep. Number 3 is hammer curls. This is an all bicep focus. By turning our palm inward, we're removing much of our forearms out of the equation. Shifts the focus to the extensor muscle groups rather. Hyper-focusing on the bicep muscle itself due to the hammer-like grip is how it gets hence the name hammer curls. This adds size and a full appearance to the bicep. Number 4 is 21s. This exercise is partitioned into 3 sets of 7 reps. 1 from the base to midway, 1 set from midway to the peak of the movement, and 1 set at a full range of motion. Hence the reason they're called 21s. It's important to pick a manageable weight when you're doing the 21s, but don't be afraid to cheat a little bit. And speaking of cheating, our next exercise is cheat curls. Now they say cheaters never win, except in Monopoly and curls. That's a fact. If you watch my episode on how to gain size, strength, and break plateaus, you'll notice that all those techniques are incorporated in these movements here. Cheat curls focus on increasing size and strength via explosive reps, blasting to the peak of the movement in 1 second or less, a moment of a tight muscle contraction, and then slowly letting the weight back down 2 to 3 seconds. So blast, strong contraction, and then 2 to 3 seconds slow return to the base of the movement. Cheat reps are paramount for building mountain-like biceps with very tall peaks. And lastly, single arm dumbbell negatives. These are true negatives, performed as the last exercise of the workout for the day, with weight that's too heavy to handle on the concentric phase of the rep, but managed solo on the eccentric phase of the rep, allowing the bicep to fight gravity. Very effective for breaking plateaus and stimulating muscle growth. If you found this video helpful, you might like this one too. I also left some links with a free macro guide in the description for those interested. If you would like to make my life easier, please hit the like button. A like goes a long way to help me grow my channel, and I deeply appreciate it. Feel free to drop a comment. I do read all the comments and I appreciate the feedback. If you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button. I try to post as often as possible. I can also be found on YouTube Podcast and Spotify at Fitness Protocols with Brando. Thanks again for watching. Let's grow a stronger mind, body, and spirit one day at a time. Until next time.